There is so much documented evidence around the life of Jesus Christ. And as I said earlier, you're familiar with one book's writings of those times, but there were plenty. And then they discovered, back in 1946, they discovered the lost Gospels in a cave in Qumran. And when you really start digging into those lost Gospels, you start to understand why they believe they had to hide them in a cave, who they were hiding them from, and that starts to tell a story in itself. You start to realize that you've been bamboozled, you've been hoodwinked your whole life with this narrative that God, source of all creation, somehow came, blew his load in Mary, and then she had Jesus. That is so silly and absurd. I can't believe that adults buy into that silliness. Jesus, yes, did he have advantages that we don't have? Yes. I was born as almost 100% of people, very close to 100% of people are born in 3D consciousness, where they have to deal with this freaking ego. Goddamn ego is not what you think it is. It's not. The definition of ego isn't the definition that you've been given or that you think, but your ego. People think ego is just, that dude's egoic, like, he's boastful or whatever, or pompous or confident or whatever you want to say. In reality, it gets you in a lot of trouble. It keeps you where you're at. It tells you that you're not good enough. So on one hand, you got the ego outwardly trying to, show people how good you are, but inside, your self-esteem's a wreck. You can't figure out why, and it's all the ego. The ego is you'll find out, it's a wicked little monster that you need to learn to tame. If you can't learn to tame it, you're never going to have constant divine contact. So that's what we're all after. We're all after trying to crush the ego that's telling you you're not good enough, or that, this is good enough. I'm pretty content where I'm at. There's no need in trying to better my circumstances, really, and I mean, that'd take a lot of work anyways, wouldn't it? You see, that's complacency. That's the comfort and convenience. That's what comfort and convenience rob from you, is that, that self-discipline. So I guess the opposite of self-discipline would be complacency. So everybody just kind of becomes complacent. You gave up on your dreams as a kid. You settled in somewhere. And you're like, yeah, okay, well, I gave up on my dreams. Well, why? Why did you give up on your dreams? Because it was going to be too hard to achieve? Well, who in life with that attitude is successful? Tell me. Can't think of it, can you? Nobody with that attitude is independently successful. Now, I mean, you got your Hunter Bidens and whatnot, people that are successful, not of their own doing. But there's no successful people of their own doing that have that attitude. So the quicker you can drop it, the quicker you might be able to find success. Stop fooling yourself. Stop telling yourself lies. Stop letting the ego lie to you. Stop letting your ego convince you that you're less than, because you're not. Look around you. You are surrounded by abundance. You lack nothing. You could give away tons of stuff. That's how abundant you have it in this life. You could give away for free tons of stuff. You could sell all kinds of other stuff and not impact your way of life hardly at all. But we just hoard all this stuff because we think that's what makes us look like we're successful. No, I'm more successful now than I've ever been, and I own less than I've ever owned. These things, houses, extra vehicles, toys, boats, jet skis, motorcycles, side-by-sides, four-wheelers. Trust me, I've had them all. That money buys me temporary joy here and there, but it doesn't buy me happiness. That comes from within. Never, ever from without. So if you want to be happy and you think going around buying stuff or buying toys or having this look where everybody's jealous of your life, you think that means success. That has nothing to do with success. If you want to know what real success is, you're going to have to change your perceptions. It's almost like it, it's almost like, but not exactly like you say to somebody, and you can say in a joking manner, I'm sure. They're like, hey, you wanna find a boyfriend? It's not hard. Just lower your standards. Bang, it's that easy. And honestly, it is just that simple. It is just that simple.